Hello and good evening and welcome to Bellow Field here in the Medford-Somerville area of Massachusetts for this final regular season game of the NESCAC men's soccer. It's Tufts, number 2 in the NESCAC, hosting this final game versus the number 10 in NESCAC, Bowdoin. Bowdoin, of course, knowing that they must secure a win in order to have a chance to make it to the NESCAC playoff round. I'm Lucas Pyle here for this JumboCast production alongside me, Cougar Hansen. Cougar, what are you expecting from this game? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, so I am certainly looking forward to the Jumbo's final game here in the regular season before the NESCAC playoffs. It's certainly going to be an interesting one. Jumbos are the favorite. Of course, they are ranked number 5 in the NCAA for D3 and number 2 in the NESCAC. And while they may not be necessarily in contention to be the number 1 seed in the NESCAC, they're certainly looking to put themselves in a good place before that NESCAC playoff start.
Definitely, for sure. And of course, coming into this game, Tufts 7-0 at home, coming off a big 2-1 win versus the Middlebury College Panthers on the weekend, winning that one in overtime. They had 2 missed PKs in that game and still managed to get the victory. They've only conceded once at home. That goal, of course, coming against Middlebury at the weekend. Bowdoin, on the other hand, while they've had struggles at their own home in Maine, they've done quite well on the road. 5 of their 6 wins in this regular season coming on the road. And of course, looking back to last year's fixture, which took place in Maine, Tufts winning that one 4-3 in overtime, scoring an equalizer in the 89th minute, Brett Rojas, and then a winner from the legend, Stuart Weatherby. So now coming into this game, we're hoping for some of that excitement as well.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Tufts players who were playing in that game that are playing in this one, so they're certainly looking to get a more definitive win this time, but of course from a relatively neutral party, none of us can turn down a 4-3 thriller into overtime.
For sure. So here we are in the game, just about to get started. Bowdoin in their black away kit, all black away kit, going right to left on your screen. Tufts in their all home white kit, going left to right. Tufts, of course, in their classic 4-4-1-1. Bowdoin looking set up with a back 4. We'll see how they set up. So referee just doing his final check.
And we're off.
We are underway. Direct ball to start. It's gone out for a throw. You see a lot of teams try to do that, just knock it forward, put the other team under pressure, but we have a throw on the far side. Drew Stern, the left back, who's come into the side this season. Ian Daly was playing left back last year. Of course, Sterling Weatherby was at right back, but he's graduated, so we've seen the switch in the defense. Good early flick. Will Raphael just shielding it there to the goalkeeper, Will Harnett.
Has that Petter check hat.
Definitely.
To prevent against concussions, of course.
Rolling out here to Will Raphael. Here's Drew Stern. Harnett. He goes long. Rojas with the flick. Held up here by Braun. In the end, manages to keep it. Here's Tasker. Good searching ball for Zach Lane. Out to Mina Shaban. Bit of a tussle, and it's gone out for
no foul given.
Tufts throw.
Yeah, we're certainly going to see Tufts try and focus on their build-up play here, while Bowdoin's going to focus more on their Route 1 football.
Rojas trying the flick. In the end, comfortable for the goalkeeper, Weber. This is a first year.
He does have 48 saves on the season, though, which is a lot compared to Tufts' keeper's 22 saves. So
good win in the air by Raphael, but it falls here to Bowdoin. It's Oliver, but he loses out to Calvin Arrow. Now Van Brewer.
Plays it wide.
Good win in the end there by Shaban, but only gets it back. Here's Zach Lane. Searching ball with a good bend.
Up to 6'5", Rojas.
And there, Braun just looking for Brett Rojas there, just couldn't find him. Joe Braun, willing runner into the channel.
Let's see what they can do off this throw-in.
Here's Ian Daly with a throw. Good flick. It's Rojas. And he's just trying to lay it off. Cleared away. Arrow on it. And he's had a crack. And comfortable in the end for the goalkeeper.
And that's the second save here today for the keeper.
Bowdoin at the moment just trying to settle themselves down, have not really had much of the possession. They'll try to build, of course. They know that they need a win on a ground where wins for the away team are so hard to come by. But here's a chance perhaps for Bowdoin. Good challenge in the end there by Drew Stern against Jason Oliver.
Yeah, and we're going to see what Bowdoin can do here for some special teams. Not necessarily known for their special teams play, Bowdoin is, but ultimately we could see something special here. Tufts has been a little off their mojo lately in the past few games. Of course, winning their last few, but not necessarily as convincing as they need to be.
Cooper with the in-swinger. He's playing the ball towards the back post. It's not been cleared away. And in the end, Harned claims, but just a little bit of danger there we see from the set piece. But Harned calms things down at the back. It was number 3 forward from the back there, Dylan Reed, the sophomore defender from Maryland. Got his head on it initially, but nothing comes for it for the Polar Bears as Harned sends it long.
For the header.
Braun, Lane just wasn't able to control. Raphael just nods it back to his keeper, and Jumbos will try again. Rolls it out here to Biagio Paletta. Arrow, nice pass to Daly. Looks up, Rojas making the run down the line, and he'll look for him. It's just swerving out, but it was the right idea there from Ian Daly.
Just could not get to that, unfortunately.
Shaman to take the throw.
Holds it up here.
Tears.
Tries to flick, but fails.
There's Juan Tenera there. Juan Tenera again. The arrow collects. Here's Tasker.
Yeah, you can see Tufts is looking to use the wide spaces today, but ultimately they've been looking a little too skinny for my taste.
Here's Zach Lane. Rojas has made the run. He held it just a bit too long, but Rojas the touch here to Daly. Good ball across, but in the end, straight to the goalkeeper. It was better play from Tufts, who certainly looked the more adventurous in this opening 5 minutes.
Yeah, Tufts ultimately, that last cross ultimately could have been a shot, but they just need to work on getting those crosses into the box, and hopefully someone from the Jumbos will be able to get there.
Biagio Paletta's header finding Tasker. Lovely touch from Rojas, who's always so composed in the center of the park. Here's Stern. Stern taking his time. Just looking for Braun. It will get through in the end. It was Miller who got a touch on it. Here's Joe Braun. That one just a bit behind Stern, but he's able to control. And put on some pressure and have
appealing
for
for
a
the
throw.
foul and not given.
Yeah, Harry Cooper there doing a good job to press. Here's Oliver. He loses out. Is it back again? Hooked in the air. Competing was Juan Tenera. Ball forward there by Houseman. As Ewick
a little
giving
dangerous,
chase.
but is able to deal with it.
Here's Stern. Knocks one up the line. Should be comfortable for Dylan Reed, and he plays it back to his goalkeeper Weber. That one, not the most convincing in clearances. Lovely touch
Could
there.
have a ball here.
And it's a good ball wide to Bird.
Bowdoin only has one in the middle. Make that 2.
Good defending in the end from Ian Daly. Did really well. And he finds Joe Brom.
And the offside, unfortunately, for the Jumbos.
And it just didn't come back in time as they've taken it quickly here. Here's Cooper. Cooper with time. And he looks. It's not a half bad ball. In the end, well, the flag did go up on that far side, so wouldn't have counted. And a good searching ball from Cooper. He was looking for Oliver at the back post, but in the end, no one in the middle to knock it towards.
Yeah, it's looking a little closer than we thought here today. These Bowdoin Bears, Polar Bears, know that if they win today, they'll make that 8th seed for the playoffs. So they're definitely trying to fight hard here, and they're showing it.
Here's a throw on the far side, and here's Houseman. Houseman settles. Cooper. Houseman. Finds Ewick. Strong challenge from Raphael. Can Tasker keep it in? He's just unable to.
Let's see. Can the Jumbos have something here? Kick it all the way upfield. Lane running.
Chasing after it is Shaban. Hooks it away. Here's Bird up against Daly, and there's a foul called on Daly. So Bowdoin's starting to settle down, and their big away support certainly voicing their pleasure with how the side of responding to that early Tufts pressure.
Yeah, these parents and fans definitely trying to see some of these seniors potentially last game here if the Jumbos do win. And the ball comes in.
Rojas has time to settle. Here's Tasker.
Going to try to move out wide here. Oh, and we get the ball up.
It's flicked away there by Dylan Reed. Arrow to settle. And he gets it wide to Drew Stern. Van Brewer chasing after. Comfortable in the end for Bowdoin. So here's Houseman. Poor pass, though. In the end, safety first from Seelig. It's Ian Daly. Unsure,
misses that kick, but it works out for him.
Sends it long. And it'll go all the way to the Bowdoin keeper.
Yeah, one of the plays we're looking to see here today is just the ball up to Braun here. He is, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he is 6 feet 5 inches, towering on the field here. Definitely looking to either have some hold-up play like we can see here, or a nice header in the box.
Well, referee in the end just didn't get the call. Well, it's a bit of a confusion here because the linesman flagged for offsides, and I'm not sure if the head ref hasn't seen that. Bowdoin's coach not really happy about that. He's screaming to look for his linesman. Of course, I don't think they have, sometimes hard to get the communication.
Some anger from both Bowdoin fans and the coach here. But we're going to see what the Jumbos can do from special teams here. Of course, last game against Williams, they missed 2 penalties, which is very surprising. But it appears that the call is actually going the other way for Bowdoin here.
I think in the end they made the right decision. Even if it took a little bit of time to get there, you always want the right decision in the end.
That is true.
So here's Dylan Reed to take.
He plays it in.
And it's Flick. Ewick chasing after.
Easily collecting from the keeper there. And he rolls it out to his center back.
Here's Paoletta finding Daly. Into the feet of Rojas, being put under some pressure. Great turn from Brett Rojas against Houseman. And he gets it here to Drew Sturm with time and space on the left-hand side. Tasker wants it. Tasker will get it.
Plays down the line.
Here's Tasker.
3 in the box.
Good challenge in the end, but it'll fall here to Calvin Arrow. Here's Van Brewer.
Little block from the ref there, and we could see played into the box.
It's out for, in the end, what will be a goal kick.
Yes.
And Tufts looking a little bit dangerous there, just couldn't get that final ball in the box. Tasker, in the end, skewing it out, but a bit better from the Jumbos.
And we're going to see what's going to happen here on the goal kick. Bowdoin does not necessarily have that height like the Jumbos do, but if you can see our center backs for the Jumbos, they're relatively even.
One there by Rojas, but it'll comfortably go out for a throw, which Shaban will take. Touch from Cooper. Here's Shaban. Safety first, knocking it up the line. Paoletta against
Looking
Hewitt.
dangerous.
Go out for a polar bear throw.
Plays it back to the left back.
Here's Shaban. And he slips it in.
Good cross, but ultimately nobody there for the polar bears. And we get a throw here, almost intercepted, but
Here's Daly. Paoletta. Intercepted, but Arrow takes over. Touch just a bit heavy. Cooper almost eye challenge. Hewitt, nice touch. And he was fouled by Rojas, and a free kick and potentially dangerous opportunity here for the Polar Bears.
yeah, I think we're definitely looking to see something curled into the box right at the 18-yard line, somewhere between the 18 and the 12. But ultimately, it may get played short as Never mind.
Clean shaven to take.
It gets played in here.
It's played in, dangerous area. Well cleared by Rafael. Rojas clears. Baum will just look to hold it up. And he's done really well there. Van Brewer to take over. Trying to evade the challenge in the end. Well defended. Arrow, solid play in the midfield.
Ooh.
Still going. Just a bit too much force there for the referee's liking.
Arguably clean there, but the
Here's
play goes
Cooper.
on.
And he looks long for Oliver. Stern defending.
missed the head.
Oliver's taking it down. It's a real chance for Bowdoin. It's 1-0.
The goal.
And it's Jason Oliver with the finish against the run of play. Tufts looking for a foul, but it never came. And Bowdoin had the goal that they were looking for. And if they can hold on to this result, they'll be sneaking into the NESCAC playoffs.
1-0 here. Again, if that score does hold, Bowdoin gets the 8th seed. Tufts will most likely stay at the 2, depending on how the other games go. But not a great start from these Jumbos here, especially at home.
And it was a great finish from Oliver. The searching ball, they've tried that one or two times. Cooper and Oliver taking it down really well on his chest. Composed left-footed finish. Jason Oliver with the goal. I believe that might be his first goal of the season. And it's 1-0 Bowdoin. It's the first time Tufts have been behind at home this season. Well, actually, second time because they were behind against Middlebury. Second game in a row. They came back on Saturday. Can they do it here on Tuesday? As here's Arrow. Time and space in the midfield. Tufts need to wake up a little bit. Here's Rafael.
Van Brewer.
Here's Rojas. Trying to return it, but it was telegraph pass there, and
Bowdoin on the break.
space here.
Missed
Bird.
the tackle.
It's a good challenge. Arrow comes across. But Bowdoin have really settled into this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us were really expecting this 1-0 lead here for Bowdoin, but they're definitely fighting, that's for sure.
Shaven. Brewer, nice flick to Tasker, and he will get their first searching ball for Lane.
Lane
and
can't get
Shaven
there,
get
but
back.
it's just going to be easily collected by the keeper.
In the end, picks it up.
We're going to look for the punt here most likely, and here it is.
Long searching for Oliver. Good flick looking for Uick. Rafael wins it in the air. Won the air by Houseman. Bird against Rojas. Van Brewer settling things down, finding Daly. Here's Rojas. Should have played it simple there to Lane. Here's Cooper.
Attempts to hold it up, plays it wide for the back.
Here's
Could see a
Shaven.
run down the line here. There it is.
Here's Uick. It's a good idea. Fans certainly thought so as well, but here's Van Brewer with space in the midfield. Braun. His touch just got away, and then a bit of a foul out of frustration there against Houseman, who's been a nuisance in that center of the park. He and Cooper have been a solid midfield duo so far in this opening quarter of an hour.
Absolutely. The midfield battle here is certainly something to watch. Tufts just has so many good midfielders. Some of them are playing now, some of them aren't. But it's definitely going to be a great battle as this game goes on.
Need to take. It's a bit of a flat ball, and in the end, not much comes of it.
So, what do you think about this game so far?
Well, it's certainly been interesting. I think Bowdoin have come up with a plan, and they got the first goal that they needed. They're looking dangerous on the break. Solid. They've settled in really well, and sides always find it tough to come and play here. But of course, with that 7-0 record, and here comes the tough substitution. Brett Rojas, it's been a bit frustrating so far in this opening 15 minutes for him. He comes off. Zach Siegelstein coming on into the game. He, of course, missed a penalty on the weekend, but has had a good season. Apart from that, as Tasker flicks on. Here's Stern.
Has time. And just clears it to the side. Yeah, I think after this first goal, Tufts is going to have more Route 1 football and more direct football.
Here's Uick. Ball into the box, and Biagio Pilota has time to observe. Looks for Braun. just pings right off him, and it'll come back with Cooper. Arrow settles. Here's Stern. Tasker. Van Brewer.
With the step over. Love to see that little skill.
Yeah. And here's poor touch from Braun.
A couple poor touches in a row here. Definitely looking to calm it down in the park.
And here's Stern. Looks long. Comfortable for Reed. Here's Oliver, the goal scorer. Hospital pass straight to Lane.
Lane will take it.
Lane finds Siegelstein. Good touch for Van Brewer. Into the feet of Tasker. Nice turn. Tasker. He's played a searching ball, but in the end, comfortable for the keeper.
Yeah, I think what we've seen here is Tufts is good in that middle third as they're advancing, but once they get to the box, they've just been letting themselves down and ultimately not delivering.
Remember, take his time and not get long towards Juan Terena. Brewer with a challenge. Rafael wins it. Arrow will get there first.
Ooh, left back caught out here. And the pass is ultimately just a little too far.
Asking a bit too much there of Zach Lane. So here will come a second tough substitution. And it'll be in the center of the park. Travis Van Brewer coming off. Derek Angie coming on.
Fun fact about Derek Angie, he actually has a sister that goes to Stanford and plays on their soccer team.
Oh, wow.
So real soccer playing family.
Yeah. One of the best D1 programs and one of the best D3 programs. So here's Arrow winning 2 headers in a row. Angie with the flick. Siegelstein, nice touches. Then looks to settle. Bring it there to Rafael. Had a chance maybe to play it forward, but elected to take it back, and now they'll have to start the attack again as Biagio Pellet, a wonderful switch out to Tasker. But that's
handball there.
Clear handball as Miller almost looked as if he wanted to try and take a quick free kick, but knowing that they have the lead will take his time and leave it for his center back, Dylan Reed.
Yeah, let's see if it's going to be kicked all the way up. The Jumbos do have the numbers here on defense currently, but here's the play.
Siegelstein. Miller wins with the challenge. Here's Stern. Finds Gavin Tasker. Nice pass into Aaron. He's got options. One of them, Zach Lane.
Looks to play Lane.
Oh, Shaven just got
almost
enough of a foot on it, but Lane's still with it. Daly to give the overlap, but elects to play back to Ian Daly. Looking for Derek Gangy. The pass in the end just not good enough. Bird on it. Here's Cooper.
Just can't intercept here.
Lovely pass to find Juan Torena. Gets it wide here.
She's going
goal
to take
scorer Oliver.
May go down the line. Here he goes.
Oliver.
Trying to hold it up here as more players get forward.
Play here to Cooper. In the end, given away, and now game opening up a little bit. Here's Arrow. Derek Engie. Engie again.
Has time in the center of the park. He's going to take it up.
Here's Siegelstein. Tasker's made the run. Instead, looking for Braun. Cleared away by Cooper. Tufts will have to start over again. Given away.
Given away easily there.
Ewick. Lovely turn, but there's Calvin Arrow, as he always is, cleaning things up. Harnett, oh, a bit lucky there. Biagio Paletta in the end getting it away and finding Lane. Shaven. Lane.
Out wide for Daly.
Ian Daly. Long ball towards Tasker, who will get there before Miller. Drew Stern in support. Tasker still holding it. He finds Lane in the center. Ian Daly on the right. Braun just couldn't settle. He looked to turn Seelig there, the center back, but just couldn't control.
Yeah, Braun's touch here has been a little too heavy today. He's definitely going to look to control that and the game goes on.
As we're midway through this first half, Tufts 0, Bowdoin 1. As it's sent long, Stern winning it in the air. Second ball won by Derek Engie. Arrow with time. Could have shown a bit more composure there, but he settles it again. Finds Tasker. Here's Stern. Into the feet of Siegelstein. Good turn from him. Derek Engie, better
with
from
space.
Tufts.
Looks to play it wide. Lane is open.
Hussein and Daly. Into the feet of Braun. Braun able to keep the ball. A bit of a hospital past that one. But it'll go back to Biagio Paoletta. Tufts to try again. Into the feet of
Back to
Braun.
Braun.
Nice touch
Out wide to
Daly.
Daly.
Daly returns it to Braun. Braun finds Engie. Engie wide to Drew Stern. Numbers in the middle for Tufts. Stern needs a little bit of help. Left back does well. And he finds Siegelstein, who puts it across. And no one there to get a finishing touch, as Bird will bring it away for Bowdoin. Hospital past that. Engie to Calvinero. Reverse to Engie.
Looks to switch here.
Anthony to Raphael. Tufts starting to build up the pressure. Engie.
And back to the center backs.
Paoletta to Raphael. Strides forward into the middle of the park. His pass intercepted. Tufts get it back as Bowdoin being pinned back in their own half. Tasker, good pass to Siegelstein, who makes that run again.
Play into the box.
The ball to the back post. It's Lane!
Oh.
And it could fall for Braun! And in the end, well defended by Reed. Tufts' best chance of the game so far. But heroic last-ditch defending from the Bowdoin defenders, who know the huge importance of this game and keeping the score at 1-0.
And we do get confirmation that on Saturday at 12:30, Tufts will be playing Hamilton, the 2nd versus the 7th seed here in the NESCAC.
Looks like there's just a trainer, the Bowdoin trainer coming on as a potential injury, as Tufts have made some substitutions as well. Matty Cano has come into the game. I believe Max Jacobs is also in the game as well. Zach Lane has come off. So too Joe Braun. I'm not entirely sure who's down at the moment, but there was a little bit of collision. We hope that whoever is down on the field, that they do recover.
That is true. Yeah, Tufts definitely can be very dangerous on set pieces. On the game versus Williams, there were several dangerous set pieces on both sides, including a goal line clearance, which was very entertaining to watch.
I believe on the game against Middlebury this past weekend, they scored from a long throw and then from a corner as well to win that. I believe it was a Travis and Brewer corner whipped in towards Joe Braun. But it looks as if Siegelstein's going over to take the corner, so it will be an outswinger.
Yeah, certainly looking to catch them somewhere in the box, probably deeper in the box, but this could be entertaining here, folks.
Well, as you mentioned, Tufts have their NESCAC playoff game this weekend, Saturday against Hamilton. We will be covering that game here on JumboCast. We also have a week full of volleyball as well, Friday and Saturday. Some games against NESCAC teams and non-NESCAC teams as well, as the volleyball team have been superb this season. Look to close out their season.
And it appears the Bowdoin player may be coming off here.
I'm not sure if that's Houseman or not. Can't really tell which number. Or maybe it's the number 16, Jack Selig. In the end, a little tough to tell with those numbers. But Bowdoin have made a substitution, as Hayden Weatherhall has come into the game.
Yeah, Weatherhall definitely looking to be a taller presence on this corner, try and get his head to it.
It's whipped in by Siegelstein. It's deep, and actually, in fact, it's gone out then in. It's a bit of a wasted opportunity there for Tufts. As it looks at, I think it was Selig who has come off, and they've brought on a giant of a defender in Weatherhall at the center back position, just as Joe Braun comes out for Tufts. So they now have a bit of that height advantage, as you were talking about. Sent long. Arrow wins it in the air. Jacobs with a flick. Tasker. Unable to find a teammate, but he does get a throw.
The Jumbos, let's see if they can do something down the line.
Here's Jacobs. Derek Angie under a bit of pressure. Biaggi Paletta, good settle. Here's Ian Daly. Matty Cano wide right. He pings it into his feet. Here's Matty Cano. Direct play from him, but in the end, well defended by Shaban. At the moment, just not going Tufts' way.
Yeah, they're really just trying to deliver in that final third, something they've been lacking so far, while Bowdoin, with their relatively limited chances, have done well.
Yeah, and I have to say at the moment right now, with 20 minutes left to play in the half, Bowdoin certainly warranting this lead. They've had the best chance, and they've taken it, and they've defended well. And that's really what you can expect from an away side coming here in such a tough place to play. And the way that they've played so far, they definitely deserve to be in front. So here's Arrow. Strong challenge by Miller, looking for Ewick.
Let's see what you can do here, and cannot get to it.
In the end, does good job pressuring Drew Stern and wins his side of throw. Miller. Oliver. Miller. Good skill. And the reverse pass looking for Ewick. There's the pass from Jean Torrena. Cleared away by Stern. Actually out for a Tufts throw.
Yeah, Bowdoin's definitely been fighting for this lead, as I've mentioned, but it's definitely been feisty out here. As Tufts with the throw here.
Throwing up the line. Out for a throw. Looking for Jacobs, who tries to turn, and he does well to win a free kick there against Dylan Reed, and a chance to get numbers forward into the box.
This could be a curling one. Definitely dangerous coming into this box here. If something can get curled in and one of the taller Jumbo players can get their head on it, we could see a goal here.
As if it'll be Siegelstein to take. Biaggi Paletta, just giving him a quick word. Paletta, who's scored a couple goals this season. It's whipped in, it's deep. Well cleared by Weatherall, out for a corner. Better delivery there from Siegelstein.
Siegelstein looking to take this corner. Hopefully we get something better than the last one.
Siegelstein to take. It's whipped in. Oh, just over Biaggi Paletta. Rose up high, just gonna get contact on it. Sent back in by Tasker. Arrowed the target, and that's gonna be overhead. Now for a goal kick, so once again, frustrating for the Jumbos.
Yeah, you've seen the Jumbos move from a possession-based game in the start before they were losing, but now once they're losing, we've seen them play more balls into the box, more balls out wide and then crossed in. Moving to that direct approach to try and ultimately get a goal back and tie this thing up.
Sent long. Arrow once again winning another ball in midfield. Jacobs trying to hold it up. Reed and Houseman clearing. Jean Torrena.
Angie gets it back.
Just couldn't settle. Raphael goes back to his goalkeeper, Harnett, who really hasn't had much to do since conceding the goal. Harnett, in the end, a little unconvincing, but Matty Cano gets there first, but it falls to Bird. Shaban knocking it long. Paletta wins in the air. Nice touch from Arrow.
Tries
Daly,
to save it. Is unable to, unfortunately. As we see this throw in here from Bowdoin. As much as I'd like to see it, I don't think we're going to see any of these Stoke long throws that you saw in some of the earlier Tufts games.
Tufts are preparing some changes. Won't come on just yet. Thrown into Bird. Nice touch. Here's Shaban. And the feet of Bird. Throw again for the Polar Bears.
Let's see what movement we see.
Bird, nice touch to Jean Torrena.
Trying to hold it up in the corner here. See what he can do. And just get kicked out for another Bowdoin throw-in.
Again, Bowdoin just slowly advancing it up the line as they look for something. Doesn't seem as if they have that long throw option as you were talking about. Looks like we won't see it, but here's Cooper. Bit of a heavy touch.
The cross.
It's whipped in, arrow clears. Continues here on this near left-hand side. Cooper going back to center back Weatherall. Here's Reed. The switch to Miller. Oliver was out there as well. Trying to keep it in. Stern. Here's Miller. Good challenge by Tasker. Derek Angie. Strong challenge. Challenge is flying in as here's Siegelstein.
On the run.
And it'll be a Tufts free kick. It's ref judging that Siegelstein was fouled as he was attempting to play the ball.
Yeah, it is starting to sprinkle here, so we're going to see how this affects the pitch.
Rafael skips away from Ewick. The feet of Jacobs. His touch just missing Derek Ang. Used the right idea. Shaven, safety first. Comfortable for Biagio Paletta into the feet of Angie. Nice touch for Ian Daly. Looking for Jacobs. Under hit. Cleared forward again. Bowdoin defense. Certainly safety first as always. Here's Biagio Paletta. Switching pass, couldn't find it. Jean Torrent had the flick. Rafael. Good play from the center back, and here's Arrow. Finds Siegelstein with space to turn. Tasker making the run. He looks for him. Good challenge from Reed.
Almost.
Still alive with Tufts. And we'll go backwards once again. That's been the story thus far for the Jumbos with 14 minutes left to play.
Has space. May see a long ball here.
Biagio Paletta knocking it long. Only wins it in the air. Stern. Tasker. Tasker still looking for an option. Has to go to Ian Daly.
Daly plays it wide.
Here's Matty Cano. Cano to Daly. Just missed the talent, the touch, but still with the Jumbos. Biagio Paletta. Nice pass into Derek Angie. Here's Max Jacobs. Jacobs. Daly. Jacobs. In the end, the nice passes at the top of the box just couldn't fall for the Jumbos. Good hold up from Ewick.
He's going to try to play it wide here. Gets blocked, but goes to Bowdoin.
Here's Oliver. Hausman. Oliver.
Sees the overlap, decides not to go with it.
Here's Reed. Knocks it long out to no one. Had a potential there on to get a chance on the break, but just couldn't find it there, the Polar Bears.
As we see the goal kick, and we have some substitutions for the Jumbos.
Looks as if Zach Trevorrow coming on into the game. Having Tasker coming off, as well as a change in the middle of the park as well for the Jumbos. Looks as if Aiden Welsh, the sophomore, coming on as well. Calvin Arrow coming off. The Tufts midfield that's usually so strong has struggled a little bit. Arrow defensively, I think, has been good, but in the end, just not creating enough chances, and they really haven't tested the Bowdoin keeper, Weber.
A little short.
Paletta knocking it long. Weber should be able to claim. Won't be able to pick this one up. And he will just dribble it into his own box. Smart goalkeeping.
Yeah, the Bowdoin keeper has certainly been good today. Has some nice saves, but even though he's relatively young, been good. Bowdoin's on the run here.
From Braver. As Bowdoin also have made some substitutions.
Tufts looking to counter.
And here's Matty Cano. Great turn against Shaban. And he's got the pace. Bird doing really well to recover, and how about his left back? He's done superbly there, and Shaven clears. Really good work from Drake Bird. Daly, good touch. Jacobs trying to hold it up. Going back to Angie. Here's Eaglestein. Derek Angie.
Looking to spread it wide here.
Trevorrow, good turn. Looking for the pass. Daly.
Ultimately, no one there to collect, though.
Sun long for Uick. Shrontarena.
Looks to play it wide here.
Here's Bird.
Has men in the box if he tries to cross.
Bird cutting inside, and he's
with
had
the
a
shot.
crack. And in the end, Harnett having to tip over. Wasn't entirely sure where that ball was going. It was swerving right to left. Good effort from Bird.
Certainly a little closer for comfort than that shot initially looked like it was going to be, but great save there. As we see the Bowdoin corner. Bowdoin, of course, not necessarily as good at set pieces as the Jumbos are, but definitely dangerous if they can get ahead on the box.
Big Bird to take. Numbers certainly in the box there for the Polar Bears. Have some height as well with Shrontarena. Ball going in, looking for the number 27, but it's cleared away. Stern gets a flick. Jacobs unable to get to that. As Bowdoin making 2 more substitutions. Hausman, this is if he's coming off as well as Uick.
Definitely looking to get more energy in that attack. They've looked a little almost stale since the goal they scored, but they're coming back here, hopefully with some fresh energy.
Shaman to take the throw. Trevor flicking it away. Here's Shaven. Cano, really good strength from him, and he's on the charge. Jacobs making the run. Cano cuts inside and keeps it. Here's Siegelstein.
Space. Looks to play it wide here.
Siegelstein with a cross
Plays
towards
it
the back
in.
post.
Nobody's there.
Uncomfortable for the goalkeeper.
Unfortunately, another one of those cases for Tufts where they knocked on the box, but nobody was home.
Energia Paletta. To the feet of Jacobs. Good hold-up play from him. Just bundled to the ground. And Weatherall. Tufts just taking their time a bit and now playing free kick. Here's Biagio Paletta. To the feet of Siegelstein. And Tufts just looking to break down this rigid Polar Bear defense. Good touch from Trevorrow. Nice flick from him.
Plays it wide.
In the end, just a poor pass. And certainly that sort of play
Looks
right
like
there.
We're getting another substitution here for Bowdoin. As number 5, Brian Bay comes on.
Here's a throw on the far side. Called for a handball, and it'll be a free kick for Tufts.
Tufts maybe thinking about putting this one into the box. Probably just going to play it short here.
Here's Biagio Paletta. Daly. On the feet of Matty Cano. It's given away. Competing in there, Will Herman. Herman looking to settle, and it's back to his center back Reed, who looks long.
Looking to control here, but ultimately is unable to, and it's a throw in for the Jumbos.
It was braver there trying to get the touch, just couldn't. Into the feet of Herman. Sends it long. Paletta just not getting back to his
pass
goalkeeper.
It back, something could happen, but dealt with by the keeper.
1-1 by Shapen. Just able to keep it in. Welsh getting the challenge. Get hold up by Jacobs. Does well to evade the challenge. He's being pressured there by
Daly gives it away.
Time and space. Eagles team challenges flying in here at the center of the park. Daly just looking to settle things down. Here's Matty Cano. No, finding Welsh. Raphael.
Can play it wide here. Yeah, Tufts, you can see how wide they are right now, almost from one end of the field to the other, as we see the switch here. Definitely just try to open up that space in the middle of the field.
Turns in Daly. Engie. Fortunate to fall to Jacobs. Jacobs, strong challenge from Weatherall. He brings it forward now.
The counter for Bowdoin. Plays it up. On the run.
Strudwick. Strudwick bringing it forward. Comfortable for Drew Stern in the end, and now Tufts to push forward. 5 minutes to go in this first half. And for a throw.
Throws it back.
Here's Biagio Paletta.
And we see the ball here.
Should be comfortable for the goalkeeper, and is.
Let's see if we can get a kick here.
Daly winning in the air. Singles team. Welsh. Stern. Here's Raphael. Derek Gangi. Good passing, but Tufts just need to advance it at this point. Welsh. Eagles team. Stern. Again, having to go sideways and backwards. Here's Biagio Paletta. They'll try another route. Ian Daly making the run up the line, and that's the ball that's looking for. Jacobs making the run as well. Here is Max Jacobs. Looking for Ian Daly. Jacobs wanting a handball, half-hearted appeal. Now for a throw.
Looks like Daly's going to take the throw there. Let's see if we can get one of those Stoke long throws here into the box. Something we have seen the Jumbos do before, and it looks like we may be getting it.
Well, they used it to their benefit on Saturday. Can they get an equalizer here before the end of the first half? Chucked into the area. Flicked on. Who will it fall to? Jacobs was trying to get a touch on it. Well cleared in the end by Weatherall. As it's thrown in here to Matty Cano. The numbers have stayed forward. Here's Ian Daly. Lovely returning to Matty Cano. Cano's cross. Cleared away.
Yeah, and you can just count how many men that the Jumbos have in the box right now. There's just so many.
It's thrown in there by Ian Daly. Jacobs. Good hold up play. Jacobs!
With the shot.
It's gone out for a corner. Good hold up play there for Max Jacobs. His effort well blocked. And a chance here for the Jumbos. Trevor to take. 5 in the middle.
The end swinger.
It's a lovely pull in.
Oh, nobody there.
Well cleared. Cano competing. Sealstein having to go backwards here to Stern. Skews it wide.
And that's just going to go out for a goal kick here with 2 minutes left to play. Let's see if either team can get one last attack in before the half ends, but if you were Bowdoin, you'd definitely be trying to just waste away the half until it's over. As you can see, the keeper taking his time.
Where to send it long. Well, one by Raphael. Good chasing in the end.
And looking for the foul there. Ultimately, nothing given.
Yeah, referee doing that. There was no foul by either side there, so it's a throw for the Polar Bears with a minute left to play.
As we see the throw from the Jumbos here, let's see what they can do with 1 minute left.
Trevor trying to trace after. Cleared away. Stern. Out for a Jumbo's throw on the far side.
Ooh, we could see a cross here. And the handball. And Bowdoin is going to look to run this one out. But maybe we can see something exciting in the last 30 seconds.
Well, it has certainly been a convincing first half performance of the Polar Bears. They knew that they needed a result coming into tonight's fixture, the final game of the NESCAC regular season. And so far, after the first 45 minutes, they deserve to be in front as we finish out these final couple seconds. Trevor knocking it forward. Should be comfortable.
With the shot, and far wide.
And there we have it. Well, the end of the first half, and it's the Tufts University Jumbos 0, Bowdoin Polar Bears 1. Cougar, certainly not what we were expecting, but in the end, you have to say it's a deserved first half lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great game to watch, but these Jumbos, I assume, were not expecting to be down here. Bowdoin's come fighting for their ace seed. They know that it is mathematically possible, I'm sure, so they're looking to really win this one convincingly. And I think it's been pretty close here.
Definitely. Well, it's halftime here at the Medford-Somerville area. It's Tufts 0, Bowdoin 1. We'll come back shortly. And welcome back here to Bellow Field as the second half about to get underway between Tufts and Bowdoin. Bowdoin, of course, with that 1-0 lead, courtesy of a Jason Oliver cool, calm, and composed finish. Cougar, what are you expecting here from the second half? Who, for the Jumbos, is going to get them back into this game?
I think that we're going to have a strong start from the Jumbos here. I think they're not happy at losing here, so we're going to see a strong start, specifically from Joe Braun. I think didn't necessarily have the best first half, so I think he's going to come out strong here. Among other players, we have stars like Brett Rojas, Devin Tasker, and others who will ultimately look to do well here, along with right back Ian Daly, who has had a great first half in the right back position, often arguably doing better than the right winger here. And so I think if they continue to use that energy and have him run down the line and deliver a few balls in, we can get a goal here.
Well, Tufts fans trying to get their side up, knowing that first half not good enough from the reigning national champions. They know that this result in the end will be inconsequential for them in terms of where they're seated. They know who they're playing this coming Saturday. But as for Bowdoin, a huge 45 minutes to hold on to this lead. As here we go, Tufts getting us started. Going right to left on your screen, left to right are the Polar Bears as they look long immediately towards Zach Lane, who will in the end collect. Lane back to Calvin Arrow. Travis Van Brewer. Nice pass into Tasker, the touch a little heavy. Rojas trying to flick it back. And Tufts starting the half in the Polar Bear territory. Cleared away by Weatherhall, who starts this second half. It looks as if Jack Selig won't be returning to the game. He, of course, picked up an injury midway through that first half. Here's Rafael. Slice clearance.
Let's see, something dangerous could happen here.
Oliver's clearance straight to Drew Stern. Stern into Braun. Braun, good pass to Rojas. Rojas to Lane. Daly getting forward to overlap. The cross whipped in. Good clear from Reen, who's been superb at the back. The ball back in. Oh, and the goalkeeper had to touch that over. Wasn't too sure about where that was going to go, but Tufts starting this half on the front foot.
Yeah, I don't think anybody, including the keeper, thought that one was going to be in. But definitely a little too close for comfort there.
Looks like Van Brewer will take this corner. Big boys forward from the back.
Let's see what we can do with this left-footed in-swinger.
Van Brewer to whip it in towards that near post. Arrow just couldn't get enough on it. Comes out here to Rojas. Rojas to Van Brewer. Brewer looking for a different angle. Arrow the flick. Cleared away by Weatherall.
To the top of the box. Let's see if they can move it wide here.
Tasker, and he finds Biagio Paletta with all sorts of space. Paletta's crossed towards the back post, laying the target. And it's cleared away by Ewick. Just did well to get there before, I believe, Ian Daly. A tough starting strong here in this opening 2 minutes.
Something we saw in the first half was the move to a more direct football and less of a possession game. But you can see Jumbos here are effectively using that possession game to build the ball up and have scoring chances still.
Here's Braun, Van Brewer. Just trying a little Cruyff turn there. Continues with it. Evades the challenge of Cooper. Strong play from Travis Van Brewer. Nice cross in the end, though. Unwanting. But a bit more urgency from the Jumbos.
Absolutely. They're really coming out fighting here. As we see the ball up.
Cleared along by Shaven. Here's Ewick, the flick to no one in the end. So that's just the sort of start it's been for the Polar Bears. Penmack in their own half. As here's Arrow. Lovely skill to get away on the challenge of Houseman. Gets it wide to Lane. He's got a one-on-one here. Zach Lane. And Daly. Arrow. Tufts have to switch it back here to the left. Here's Stern. Gets it to Tasker. Tasker. Arrow. Force backwards, but then we'll look to push forward again. Here's Paletta.
Let's see Daly wide.
Daly. Rafael.
Had some space on the left side if he wants to use it.
Here's Tasker. Just a wave there from Houseman. Tasker. Van Brewer. Skips away from Cooper. Strong play from Van Brewer. Here's Zach Lane. Good skill. And he's floated one towards the back post. Rojas getting up. And he just couldn't find the back of the net.
Rojas does have 4 goals on the season so far and looked to add a 5th there, but ultimately got to it, but could not put it in the back of the net. Something we saw in the last half was general, I wouldn't say malaise, but not as strong as a performance in the Tufts midfield as we'd like. So I think Tufts midfield is ultimately looking to have a stronger half with the high kick there.
Yeah, and I think in the end, just not super intentional from Ryan. He was just had his eyes all on the ball, and Cooper just got there before him with his head, and both understand that that was completely accidental, but the right decision from the referee nonetheless. So Reed will take this free kick. He plays it short here to Weatherhall. And in the end, sloppy pass. So Bowdoin just feeling a little bit of those early nerves here to start the second half, and they just have to ride those out for the moment. And here's Braun. Nice flick here to Zach Lane.
Could switch it.
Good defending in the end by the goal scorer, Oliver. Lane does well to win it back. Here's Caminero into the feet of Joe Braun. Good hold up. Looks for Van Brewer. Good interception in the end. Again by Oliver. Here's Miller. Again back to Oliver. Cleared away by the goalkeeper. Stern doing well to chest that. Tasker.
Could switch here.
Stern. Oh, it was the right idea looking for Van Brewer. Miller. No foul, says the referee. As it's played back to Biagio Paoletta.
Space for Daly.
Daly with lots of time here and right back. Finds Rojas. First touch, not the greatest, but settles it down. Braun, good turn. Still Joe Braun, but in the end, Shaven does well, and it's out for a goal kick. So Bowdoin responding to this early pressure.
Yeah, Bowdoin definitely trying to keep that high energy they had in the first half. If they can maintain that, then we're going to look for a very competitive second half. Tufts, of course, trying to counter and get back a goal, and I think we may see something here soon.
Knocked long. Tasker. Here's Stern. Arrow. Right field.
Van Brewer.
Bit of a hospital pass there for Biagio Paoletta, but he does get there. And Tufts look to settle again. Van Brewer. Braun. It's played back to the keeper. Safety first, knocking it long, looking for Ewick.
Van Brewer does have a little space here.
Lovely pass to Tasker. Tasker, Rojas to his right. Being put under pressure by Bird. Rojas on the charge, away from 2. Just couldn't get away from the 3rd. And Cooper collects. Given away, though, sloppy from him. Space for Ian Daly, who's had a crack! And the keeper, in the end, able to collect the ball swerving there. And on the second attempt, Weber able to calm things down for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, the Polar Bears last game versus Williams, they lost 2-0, but their second goal they gave up was, and I quote, an absolute screamer from 25 yards out. So we almost saw something like that there today.
Can't really fault Daly there for trying, of course, with a light sprinkle coming down. Anything could happen. Stern looking up, surveying his options. Good pressure from Ewick.
But ultimately is the Jumbo's throw in here. Looks to play it down the line, possibly.
I think they need some towels out there to dry the ball, but it's checked long. Comfortable for Miller. Good turn from Jean Torrena, but Caminero, superb defending in the end and wins a free kick.
Yeah, let's see what the Jumbos can do off this free kick. Takes it short.
And you can see Tasker and Braun pointing to switch it to the right. And here's Biagio Paoletta looking for Van Brewer, searching ball. Arrow picks up. Lovely pass out here to wide Zach Lane. Numbers getting forward for the Jumbos as here's Lane on the charge. And it'll fall to Rojas. And Rojas!
Ooh, with the shot, but just goes right to the keeper there. Relatively easy save despite the powerful shot from Rojas.
Yeah, struck it well with his weaker left foot, but fortunately for Weber, it was straight at him. Good effort from the number 10, who's certainly woken up in this second half after a lackluster first 45 as Arrow settles it down for Tufts. Here's Braun. Good hold-up play. Then just a poor pass. It will come back to the Jumbos. Van Brewer
Plays him wide.
lovely ball to Tasker.
Oh, almost in.
His first touch was poor, but he does get it back. Lovely run this from Tasker. And the good ball across, and it's 1-1! It's Zach Lane with the equalizer! And Tufts have got the goal that they've wanted here. First 9 minutes of this second half, they've been the better side, and it's Zach Lane again for the Jumbos.
That's great to see here for the Jumbos. They were definitely not happy about being down at halftime. Of course, this game means relatively little for them, but of course, you always got to win in front of the home fans here at Bellow Field.
Well, it's Zach Lane's third goal of the season. Scored here in a 2-0 win a couple weeks ago against Connecticut College, and now Bowdoin, who had that precious 1-0 lead, now need another goal. When it's 1-1, you have to say, Cougar, that it thoroughly deserved for how they've started this half.
When Daly slips there, could have had something dangerous, but goes out for the throw. So we see the ball in the middle of the field.
Poor giveaway, and now Tufts on the ascendancy. Here's Zach Lane. Falls to Van Brewer. They're stepping up and not showing why they are the defending national champions. Here's Brett Rojas. Lovely skill. Rojas looking through towards Braun. Good interception again by Reed. It's Rojas. Ooh. That's a good challenge from him. In the end, Reed does well to keep with it. Van Brewer. Tufts wins it back.
Yeah, it looks like we're having a little bit of a slip and slide out here on the field. A little confusion there.
Van Brewer into Arrow. Knocked long. Cooper on it. Calvin Arrow doing really well to win it back. He was taken out in the process. Good switch to Zach Lane. Ian Daly bombing forward on the overlap. The cross looking for Braun. Well cleared. Newick, strong challenge from Biagio Paoletta. He was looking for Arrow or Tasker. Well won back by Oliver. Back to his keeper. Good flick. Oh, and nearly frying Juan Terena, who could have then played in Bird, who was all open on the left, but just didn't fall the way Bowdoin would have wanted it to.
As we see the throw in there down the line.
Rojas. Right field.
Potentially looking for the switch here. Back to his center back.
Back again with Rafael. Arrow, lots of space here in the middle of the park. But has to go backwards to Van Brewer. Here's Biagio Paoletta. Van Brewer put under pressure. Lovely skill from him. And a good pass as well. Just couldn't find Joe Braun. It was the right idea. Motherholt being put under some pressure. Not the most composed center back. And the ref is called, I believe, not sure if, I think it was probably a handball there.
Yeah.
So they play it short here to Bird. We'll take his space. Nice 1-2 with Jean Terena. Played wide to Shaban. Newick in the middle. He's done well to get away from Lane.
Here's the cross
towards the back post. Comfortable for Harned.
Let's play it wide here.
Tasker. Well, he's got the pace.
Oh,
I'm looking at Tasker go.
Here.
Brilliantly done here from Gavin Tasker.
Keeps it in.
Ooh. And the ref says that Miller.
A little bit of a dive there, in my opinion, but
I think the ref also saying that it looked as if he got the ball as well with a challenge, Miller. Here's Oliver at the feet of Buick. One back by Tufts. Rojas. Rafael. Here's Biagio Paoletta.
Could see Daly with the overlap. Bowdoin on the counter here. Plays the ball up. Looking dangerous.
And falls here for you. Oh! Nearly a sensational effort there from Matt Ulick. He struck that so cleanly. And Will Harnett there looked very nervous indeed. That's just gone over.
When I asked for an absolute screamer, I'm not sure I meant that it was supposed to be against Tufts, but that was a close one.
Really fantastic effort there from Ulick, who has had a solid season thus far. 3 goals in this campaign, nearly making it a wonderful 4th, and what would have been a memorable moment for the Polar Bears. As he wins this ball in the air. Biagio Paoletta's second one. Strong one in the air. Uick a good turn. Calvanero once again, superb defending from the center defensive midfielder. And a crisp pass into Braun, his touch. In the end, intercepted. He chases after, and will continue to chase, but Weber does well to clear. It was Houseman cleaning things up. Biagio Paoletta flicks it wide to Daly. The Polar Bears.
Daly has an option.
Responded a little bit, but here come Tufts again. Lovely touch for Zach Lane. And Lane, superb challenge.
What a slide tackle. Slide tackles here, especially in the rain, can be dangerous.
Yeah.
Run the risk of a yellow, but it works out.
Here's Houseman. His pass blocked, but it'll fall back here to Miller. Nice pass to Oliver, who's got space. Good touch into Uick. There's a lot of time to turn. Away from Raphael. Biagio Paoletta, solid defending. The touch got away from Uick. So here's Calvanero. Raphael. Biagio Paoletta.
With the long ball.
Searching ball. Miller not doing the best. Well, the offsides flag has gone up.
Definitely a good call there with the offsides, and frustrating for the Jumbos. But we're going to see what happens off this free kick.
Here's Zach Lane. Braun. Lift that one. Cleared away, and here's Bird. Switched wide, but it's a poor one. Straight to Tasker. Good turn against Miller. Tasker into the feet of Braun. Looks to square it. It's in the end well dealt with by the Polar Bears. Was maybe expecting Braun to have a shot there, but he looked for the unselfish pass. As we have reached the hour mark here in the Medford-Somerville area. As here's Travis Van Brewer. Tasker just couldn't find Braun. Comfortably intercepted by Weatherhall. Here's Juan Torrena. Lovely turn, arrow. In the end, trying to help out, but it was a foul called on Van Brewer.
Yeah, just holding on a little too long there from Van Brewer, but foul called, and it's a free kick for Bowdoin.
Weatherhall, not sure he's going to leave it for Reed, so looking for a long ball as he will actually go forward, Hayden Weatherhall, with his height, and he provides.
Yeah, it's definitely tough when you have these middle of the field kicks. You don't have quite the curve that you can get from the side, but we have one here.
It's not long, looking for his center back partner, cleared away. And as far as Uick, sliced clear by Brett Rojas. Oliver, and it'll fall to Drew Stern.
And just plays it out here.
As Tufts will be making some substitutions as well, Bowdoin. As Joe Braun and Brett Rojas coming off. Max Jacobs and Zach Siegelstein coming on. As Cooper coming off for Bowdoin, and in his place, Max McFerrin. Cooper, who I thought had a good first half, struggling so far in the second one. And that's the reason why he's coming off, as here's McFerrin with his first touch of the second 45. Uick.
Looks to play it on there, but nobody there. So we have the throw potentially, and maybe just the kick upfield now.
Oliver, lovely skill from him. And Uick has peeled off to the right. The pass just forcing him a bit too far wide. And in the end, a goal kick. There was a potential opportunity there for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, the Polar Bears ultimately, in my opinion, have not had that energy and that fighting spirit that they had in that first half. But they've looked a little dangerous so far, just on a couple chances that they've had.
Siegelstein. Good touch, get away from Houseman. Called for a foul and a free kick for the Jumbos. And looks for Jacobs. Referee just calling it back, telling him that they played it a bit too quickly. Bowdoin fans wanting the referee to stop the clock, but I don't think that'll happen just yet. And I think that's also an issue. I never understand why they have the clock sort of dictated up there. You know, with soccer, it really should be the referee having the watch and being able to dictate the time in his own hands, not having to stop and start.
I agree with you,
clock.
but sometimes just part of the game. You know, it's just another element you got to deal with.
For sure.
Great that would cut down on those fake injuries in the 89th minute. But
here's Calvinero. And the flick on different wavelengths there. Looking forward to Ewick. Strong challenge from Biagio Paletta. And it will stay in.
with the flick.
Singlestein competing. Zach Lane on the charge now. Lane. Can Jacobs get there? In the end, good defending from McFerrin. Cleared forward to Bird. And good turn from him as well. Strong running from him. Looked to be a foul, but nothing given. Singlestein. That one floated wide, and it's out for, I believe, a Tufts,
though. We're going to get a couple of subs here.
It's Ian Daly coming off, Calvin Arrow coming off, and another change in the back as well, with Drew Stern coming off. It looks as if the senior captain, Tanner Jamison, coming in at left back.
Yeah, a couple things you're seeing here. In their substitutions, Tufts is now substituting in their wide players, trying to get that energy on the wing.
Jacobs with the flick. It's a good one. Tasker. Chance here. Alex Ratson was in there. Zach Lane, who's moved back to right back. Here's Welsh.
There you go, Julian.
Ratson chasing after Jean Torrena. Farron. Good switch to Oliver. Jameson, the defender.
Takes it down the line. Can we see a cross here? Not many in the box.
He's cross, and it's been called a corner. So Bowdoin have another opportunity to send men forward. Of course, if they aren't able to get a winner here in normal time, they do have overtime and the potential of a golden goal that could send them through to the NESCAC playoffs. But here will come the in-swinger from Drake Bird. Weatherhall forward, Reed forward. Oliver in and around the 6-yard box. He's checking short. As it's whipped in, it's deep. Target. Oh, good save from Harned. And the effort from Reed. Had to push that one away. I'm still with Oliver, and there's a deflection. And it's another corner, and the Bowdoin Polar Bears stepping up with their intensity and their pressure.
Yeah, their fans definitely cheering for that one. Just trying to get some chances here. But, yeah, there's definitely some taller players in the box for Bowdoin right now. Weatherall, of course, among others, and it's going to be close. As it swings in, go short.
Played it short. Oh, man gone down. Nothing going. This is played toward the back post. Reed with a good flick. Well cleared. Singlestein competing, and Singlestein driving forward. Good pass as well to Tasker. Holds it up well.
Tasker has space out wide here, and it looks like he's going to take it.
Good pass into Ratson. Bit of miscommunication. Jacobs, that's a lovely looking ball. Ratson gets there. Good goalkeeping
Nothing
from
outside
Weber.
box.
I think he was saved with the head. But a potential chance. It was a lovely ball from Max Jacobs. But Weber, the freshman keeper, showing a lot of courage. Into Ratson.
Yeah, something freshmen often have is a little bit of bravery there, sometimes termed recklessness by some coaches, but definitely makes for some entertaining moments.
Tasker with the switch. Cleaned away by Bird. Van Brewer competing. Welsh. Switch of play looking for Tasker. That's a peach of a ball. Tasker.
Van Brewer. Let's see what Jameson can do here.
He whipped one in. Poor clearance. Falling into Tasker, who's had a crack. And in the end, comfortable for the goalkeeper.
Able to collect there pretty easily after, even with the deflection.
And both sides not afraid to take efforts from distance. And both sides have looked dangerous when taking efforts from outside the box. As well collected here, Ziegelstein. Knocks it long, looking for Jacobs, who'll give chase. Reed, in the end, doing really well to shield it for his keeper.
As we get the roll here out wide. Has plenty of space if he wants to take it.
Chance Shaven. Bird.
Down the line.
Looking for the return, and it's comfortably cleared.
Just boots it up.
Weatherhall showing good composure to settle and knock it long. Bird just couldn't settle.
With the heading clearance there.
I feel getting it away. Houseman, Bird, Frontorena. Good flick. This is good play here. It was Strudwick. Here's Oliver. In the end, they couldn't find something, and Tufts get the throw.
Yeah, and looks like we get some substitutions here.
Looks as if Van Brewer coming off, Derek Engie coming into the game, as well as Zach Lane coming off. Hard to tell who's coming in at right back. Is that Manny Cano far wide?
It looks like it.
Thrown long, comfortable for Miller. Jameson settling. Tasker looking to return to the senior, just couldn't find him. Kern. Knocked down the line, that one looks to be overhit. And you can just see another wayward pass there from Jason Oliver. As there's 20 minutes left to play here in this second half.
Yeah, Bowdoin definitely looking to keep being strong offensively. Try and dominate the midfield like they were in the first half. Tufts, of course, trying to just keep steady at this point, but keep that fire like they had at the beginning of this half.
Here's Harden. Right field. Engie. Welsh. Can pass into Ratson. Good turn from him. He's got a lot of pace. Into Jacobs. Jacobs searching. Matty Cano getting out wide.
Can have men in the box here if he wants.
Here's Matty Cano. Jacobs wants it. Thanks, Jacobs. Cano. Lovely skill. Gets it onto his left foot. He swung one in. Cleared only as far as Engie. And then an overhead pass there by Welsh. It was the right idea, looking for Tasker, just didn't get the right contact on it.
Yeah, Tufts is definitely trying to take it out wide when they can, because ultimately when they take it down wide and have their wing backs try and get up, exciting things do happen.
One back by Tufts. Ziegelstein. Good turn from the number 17. Looks to reverse it to Ratson. Ratson defending in the end. It almost looks as if Tufts have maybe reverted to a bit of a back three. Lovely turn from Jacobs in the area. And in the end, solid defending from Weatherhall, and it's a corner.
Yeah, that's definitely why you probably saw Jameson coming in. Not necessarily like an Ian Daly type wing back with that speed, definitely more of a defensive back. And we're going to see what Jumbos can do here on this corner. They got a lot of men in the box. It's going to be very exciting.
Looks as if Tufts have made a sub as the ball whipped in towards the back post. Handball. It's a penalty! Penalty for Tufts. There was a huge shot for handball. Couldn't really see it from here, but those Tufts players certainly felt it. And a big chance. They missed 2 penalties on Saturday. Can they make this one?
I think that's certainly in their minds right now, but I'm sure that when you miss 2 penalties on a weekend, that's certainly something you go and practice on Monday when you come back. So they've definitely thought about this. They've practiced this. They've been through this a million times. They're probably pretty confident that they're going to make it.
Well, Aiden Welsh wasn't one of those players that missed the penalty, so he's taking this one. A goal that could put the Polar Bears on the brink of elimination. It's Welsh, and he buries it. And Tufts have turned this around and lead 2-1 here at Bellafield. And the Polar Bears are in big, big trouble.
Yeah, great goal there. Totally just booted it into the back of the net. Love to see that with the penalty kicks. Let's see if Tufts can maintain this energy for the rest of the half as they seek to deny Bowdoin their 8th seed.
Well, they have came out strong in this second half. Have the goal there from Welsh. 17:50 left to play, and Bowdoin need 2 goals.
And
well,
here, go ahead.
Potentially just need 1 goal to send this to overtime.
That is true. But if you're Bowdoin here, you're going to try and look and be more offensive, less possession-based, and more just putting the balls into dangerous areas on the wings and crossing it in. Try and get a head on something and get lucky. But there is plenty of time left for everything to happen. So, I mean, in the game last year, 2 goals came in about 8 minutes that decided the whole thing.
Arnett just going to, now with Tufts in the lead, just going to take his time. So he throws it across to Biagio Paoletta. Ranson, there was a call to let it go, but he just didn't hear that in time. Here's Reed. Looking long.
Not quite sure he was playing it too, but
right
falls
field.
to Bowdoin.
Touch just getting away from him as here's Herman.
2 in the box.
And Herman has skewed that one out for a goal kick, and a half void of quality here at the moment for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, they may be losing, but they've definitely been making some chances. You know, just putting balls in the box, as we see.
Good turn here from Ratson. And he finds Angie. Trainer wide, lots of space with 2 in the middle to look for. Big opportunity here. And he's pulling it across.
Ooh.
And what a chance. I believe it was Max Jacobs. Or potentially Derek Angie. Not sure who got the final touch on that one. But a huge opportunity there for Tufts to really seal this victory. And they couldn't take it.
He had space going down there and could have passed a little earlier and had an open man, but chose to pass it when he did and just barely misses it.
Hewick back on the field. And it looks as if they're moving over Drake Bird to this right-hand side. Maybe give him a chance to run at the first-year trainer who's playing left wing back. Bird not able to settle.
See what Jameson can do here with the throw.
Finds Ratsan, who's been influential since coming on. Jacobs, lovely turn. Bird unable to settle.
Just showing how wet it is today. On a drier day, might have been able to get that, but ultimately couldn't.
Jameson long, comfortable for Miller. Flicked forward, and is right field. All the way back to Harnett, who's got time. Quarter of an hour left to play. Bowdoin need just a goal to send this to overtime. Jacobs seemed to be manhandled there, but nothing given. Poor giveaway by Walsh. And here's a chance. McFerrin on the charge, and he's had the shot. And it's just wide, I believe touched wide, and it's a corner for the Polar Bears. But just seeing there in that moment, Tufts nearly shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, Bowdoin's been great on these corners so far, putting in dangerous chances into the box, and we're going to see what they can do here. That was a poor giveaway from Tufts, though. Definitely relatively uncharacteristic of them to make mistakes like that.
Yeah, it was the goal scorer Welsh, as here's the corner to be delivered by Bird. Big boys forward from the back again as it's whipped in.
Ooh.
And Harnett just wasn't sure, so he has to tip that one over. Harnett saying that it touched the crossbar, but I think it's the right decision, so they'll get a second try.
Yeah, looking to put this one a little farther from the goal here after that last one, but we're going to see what happens.
It's whipped in towards the back post. Read the target. Couldn't direct it goalwards. And it's out for a goal kick.
As we see 3 more subs here for the Jumbos.
Looks as if Drew Stern coming back into the game. Jameson coming off. Trainer coming off as well. Ian Daly coming back in. And Calvin Harrison. It almost looks as if they're returning to their back 4 shape with Stern at left back, Daly at right back. Arrow and Welsh in the center of the park. Jacobs up front.
Yeah, after that second goal and with the lead looking more and more tangible by the minute, I think they're going to look to try and be more defensive and more stable in the back, thus moving to the back four.
Something long. Welsh winning in the air. Cano, he's shifted over to the left now. The touch just getting away. Flick forward. Bird, strong challenge from Stern. Good touch from Derek Angie. Finds Ratson. Wide to Matty Cano. Cano to take on Miller. Lovely step over. Cano puts one across. And in the end, falls comfortably for the keeper. It's good skill from him.
As we get a throw out wide. As Bowdoin is definitely spaced out throughout the park.
Played long. Lovely composure there from Bianchi Paletta. Rayfield skews that one wide.
Yeah, ultimately couldn't see anyone to pass to, so he just skewed it a little more than he probably wanted to.
Nice touch. Here's Bird. Time for Houseman. Bird, the turn. Good skill. Nice one, too, with Rancherena. And his shot skewed wide. It'll be kept in, though. Here's Bay. Forced backwards. Shaven finding Houseman. Put under some pressure. Nice one, too. Houseman. And that one, another effort.
It looks like it will go out for the throw.
That's a throw. Wow.
Yeah, ball's a little slippery there. You got to dry that off, but probably looking for the long throw here. Something that's been used for the Jumbos both offensively and defensively to get the ball out of the back.
Cano. Well, one in the air by Reed. Good sell by Ewick. Bird. Good defending by Welsh as Stern to bring it forward into the feet of Jacobs. Unable to hold it up for the Jumbos. Here's Reed. Nice touch wide here to Miller, who's got space. Here's Bird. Good play from Manny Cano, working back for his side.
Switch here.
Here's Reed. Into the feet of Bird. Lovely dummy. This is better from the Polar Bears. Switch wide here to Shaven. Here's Bay. Good skill from him. Nice put one across. Comes all the way here to Houseman.
Maybe across again and goes
Nice
out
one
for
a
the
corner. Polar Bears knocking on the Jumbo's doorstep here.
Yeah, with only 10 minutes left, Bowdoin is definitely not going out easy into that night. As we see a corner here from Bowdoin and some substitutions.
Earned to take, I believe, number 25, Braver, has come on into the pitch. Brent's delivery towards the back post. And Tufts.
Ooh, whiffs that one. That's not going to be good.
Houseman, Reed, Ewick. Tufts doing well to clear, but he'll come back here with Miller. Good ball wide to Bird. Onside. And he's whipped it in. That's a good ball. In the end, well defended by Tufts. As they're holding on at the moment in these final 9 minutes. Touch from McFerrin. Oliver, his cross. Good clearance by Rayfield.
As the head in.
Well defended there by, I believe that was Biagio Paoletta. But a free kick for the Polar Bears in a promising position.
Yeah, Bowdoin may try and curl one in for the header there, but depending on how far back the wall goes, we may see a shot here.
It'll be Shaman to take. Reed in the box. So too is Weatherhall. So too is Ewick. They've got their size. And there to look for is Juantanera as well. It's played in. Not properly cleared. In the end, hacked away. Only as far as Miller. 1-1 in the air by Arrow. Cano looking long, rats into chase, and he has the pace to do so.
Keeper's out, Manuel Neuer.
Good goalkeeping. In the end, good play there from Michael Weber.
We get 3 more subs here for the Jumbos, just trying to outlast Bowdoin here. 8 minutes left.
Looks as if Max Jacobs coming off, Manny Cano and Ratson all coming off. Tasker, Braun, and Lane coming on. Lane, of course, who scored the equalizer 9 minutes into the second half from a Tasker cross.
With Braun coming on here, you may see some Route 1 soccer. Just have him hold it up for as long as possible. So we get the handball here against Braun.
Bit of a surprising call there. It seemed to me like a foul, but called it. Braun also can be very useful in helping defend set pieces with his size. They played it short, and that seemed to be the wrong idea from Reed. As Tufts just looking to waste a little bit of time as well as they continue to make some more changes. With Drew Stern coming off now again. Derek Engie as well. Brett Rojas returning to the field, as well as Captain Tanner Jameson.
Yeah, Rojas having a great game in midfield, definitely electric there. As we see the throw in for the Jumbos.
Jameson, one in the air by Bird. Here's Ewick. Hold up. Oof, that one definitely seemed like a high foot, and it was.
Yeah, we've definitely seen a lot of high kicks. Sometimes you'll get a yellow for that, but most of these have been pretty accidental, so nothing to card there for.
So it will be a Tufts free kick here. Harnan just telling his side to get up and in.
Probably going to look to kick here to Braun.
I think at this point, maybe Bowdoin will want the clock to be stopped if they're wasting time. As here's Rojas. Caminero. All the way back to the keeper who will look to play it. Dangerous.
Not a great clearance.
Juan Tenera getting in there, just couldn't get the touch.
Plays it up.
Braun
Might be
chasing.
able to get there.
And they're calling for a corner. Goal kick. Well, those fans up to our left are not happy at all about that one, but
probably the right call there. The assistant has a better view than we do.
Miller. Reed. Weatherall. Good passes. Now they need to move it forward. Shaven. That one comfortably intercepted, but it falls here to Houseman. Great switch to Bird. Jameson getting out tight.
Good step. Well
And Rojas on it now. Under hit to Taskers. Here's Miller. Finds Juan Torrena with plenty of space. That one, though, behind his intended target, Oliver, wide left.
Probably didn't want to go to the slip inside today, but it happens.
Oh, lovely skill from Biagio Paletta. Lane, lovely touch into the feet of Braun. Going away. McFerrin, good touch. There's Houseman. Bird. Holding it up. Good turn, and he's won a free kick in a dangerous position. Arrow usually not fooled by that sort of trickery, but great skill from Bird.
As we see the taller members of the Bowdoin team running up to the box here to try and get in there. Only 5 minutes left, less than that.
Not sure why Jameson is in the ball. He just has some height about him, but he is there. Options certainly to look for. 4 minutes to play. And Bird whips one in.
Ooh.
And it went into that area of uncertainty, but Harnett held his ground and collects calmly.
Yeah, we'll definitely try and waste some time here if you can. Try and just run out that clock with only 4 minutes left to go. Of course, if Bowdoin score and Jumbos don't equalize, then it will go to overtime. But we're not at that point yet. Ooh.
Definitely seemed like two fouls there, one right after the other.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple rough fouls in a row from
Well, the coach, Rachinski, telling them to get forward. Everyone getting into this box. In the 87th minute.
Could be a good ball here.
Everyone in the Tufts area at the moment.
Jumbo's trying to move their line up. not quite as solid as they'd like to be. As it
It's
goes
not
in.
long. And it's flicked on. And it will be a corner. Tufts at the moment, holding on. Bird hurrying over to take.
Looking dangerous here. As someone's going short, but it's not going to go to them.
It's whipped in. It's a good-looking ball. Well cleared by Jamison. Then again from Arrow. And smashed forward by Joe Braun. Got good connection on that. However, being put under pressure by Rojas. Does well. Well settled. Shaven. Looking for Bird. Gets the flick. Weatherall in there. Cleared away. And Tasker sends it high into the sky. Miller, not sure if he really meant to do that, but it works out for the Polar Bears. McFerrin.
Appeal for the handball, but seemed natural.
Miller. And go back to the keeper. Knocked long. Oliver competing. Well, should get there. Just hesitated a bit. Ewick on it now. Sean Torreno was competing with that when it comes here for the Jumbos. And it's sent through. Braun, it's just over hit from Rojas. Braun not the quickest. Didn't seem as if he was going to get there. Sent forward.
Ooh.
Seemed like a high foot, but in the end, once again, brave defending from Biagio Paoletta kept in.
That was crazy.
And Calvinero, who's gone all the way up there. Tasker competing. As we're here in
90 seconds left.
89th minute. This is when Tufts equalized last season against the Polar Bears. Can Polar Bears give them a taste of their own medicine? McFerrin, 2 in the box.
There you go.
Comes across to Oliver. Good first touch. Calvinero, good defending. Bowdoin's season on the line here with a minute to go.
That's really a great clearance from the Jumbos there, just putting it in the most awkward spot they could.
Quickly thrown in. Lane just making it hard for them to get it forward. Miller.
Bowdoin seniors in their possible last minute of soccer in college, trying to fight.
And it's flicked on. Well cleared by Rayfield. Well won by Shaben. Keeps on going. Half-hearted appeal for handball. And it's gone out for a throw. It will be a Polar Bear throw. Is this their final opportunity? They've taken it quickly, but Ewick let it run. 30 seconds left to play. They need a goal.
The goalkeeper throw in, one of the rare things you'll see.
Miller works out, and it falls here to McFerrin. His pass, though, comfortable for Tasker. Lack of composure there. They need to get a ball in the box. Bird sends it in, doing the best he can. Flicked on. Arrow sends it away.
Cheers.
And Rojas will chase up against the keeper. And he does get there. But it looks to be that.
Lawyer, is that you? And
that's
is
it.
The game.
And Tufts have held on. They've come from behind. And after a poor first 45, they've turned it around. Goals from Zach Lane and a penalty from Welsh. And for the Bowdoin Polar Bears, that is that for their season. Weren't able to hold on to the victory. And losing it here, they will not be in the NESCAC playoffs. Cougar, a great way to end this NESCAC season.
Yeah, great from the Jumbos here. Definitely a very exciting end of the game. It's going to be a great match against Hamilton on Saturday at 12:30, I believe. And for the Jumbos, they're just looking to continue their greatness of this season. And we'd like to thank you for listening to the Jumbo broadcast today, for joining us. A reminder, we have several volleyball games this week, as well as soccer on Saturday. And that is us.
Yeah, a fantastic end of the season here for the Jumbos. Once again, another victory here at home. I'm Lucas Bell, joined alongside me, Cougar Hansen. And that is that. We will see you this weekend.
Goodbye, folks.